Make sure to exit that streamer mode, enable shit, so don't fuck the overlay up. Oh, never mind. You really not worried about the Discord. All right. Yeah, you do. All right. Cool, 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 cool. I thought you got beer. How are you drinking beer with Mountain Dew, dog?
Yo, I'm doing both, man.
I don't know
Thirsty.
how you do that. Yeah, I gotta stop. All right. All right. All right. Let's get this thing going. All right. All right, all right, all right. This is the Nuff Said Sports Podcast. My name is Adam Dickens. That is Trey Adams. We are bringing to you episode 9 of this podcast. Super happy to bring you some great content. We're going to be reviewing the NFC North this week. Also, we're going to be going over some pretty much random NBA topics such as Jordan Poole, Draymond Green, the altercation again. Also, talking about LeBron a little bit, some minor stuff. Also, we're going to be talking about these running backs like Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs, how they feel undervalued and flirting with not signing the franchise tag. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start the intro. Let's get this thing started, guys. All right. Again, my name is Adam Dickens. That is Trey Adams, and we are the Nuff Said Podcast. Boop, 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 boop. Because I don't got a soundboard. We not at that point yet. We're going to get there, though. You know what I'm saying? Trey, how are you, man?
Tired as hell. Tired. Wish I was somewhere intoxicated, but life has to be sober, I guess.
I thought you were going to say Cancun.
That would be better.
I feel that. Again, before we really get into some good topics, make sure you go follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We are on there. Also, Twitter. There's something else I got to talk to you about as far as that's going on Threads, or whatever. Pretty much is going on with that whole situation. But either way, make sure you guys go follow us on all socials.
Clickety
We
click click.
post shorts and all types of content on all of those sites. So yeah, so make sure you give us a follow. With that being said, yeah, man, let's NBA topics first. We don't have a lot, but we got a little bit going on. We got LeBron switching from 6 to 23. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is, at the end of the day, who cares? But what is important
No.
is that a lot of people were bashing him for going to 23 because Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan got to be the topic of every conversation apparently. So yeah, what do you think about it? Do you care or not?
Who gives a fuck? Holy shit. Oh, 6, 23. Who gives a fuck? You can wear 00 for all he gives a shit, LeBron. People still gonna buy your shit. You ain't gonna play no different. I just feel bad for every kid that went out there last year who had one of the Lakers jersey of LeBron and they finally got it and now they gotta go get another jersey because you want to switch numbers like a jackass. Who gives a shit?
First off, he's not a jackass. He's doing it out of respect for Bill fucking Russell, okay, one of the NBA greats, because they retired his number all throughout the NBA last year, which is 6. Also, because LeBron's career has been so long and so great, he's had the opportunity of switching from 6 to 23 multiple times and back to 23. Um, and so yeah, I mean it gives a good thing. I think it helps the NBA out too in jersey sales. That's a wonderful thing. And the last time he wore 23, he also won a championship. So I think that's very important too.
That's your reference. That was actually funny. Oh shit.
So with that being said, it is a wonderful thing. Well, I don't care whether he wears 6 or 23 anyway. Uh, but like, it's a. I didn't like the fact that people were bashing. That's why I wanted to bring it up because I felt like they think everything he does is he's thinking about Michael Jordan. It's just not the case. You know, Oh, yeah, I just didn't like it. Um, but yeah, next we got Bobo going to the Suns. Bro, he is so ugly. Like it scares me when I see his face pop up on like a graphic, an NBA graphic. It just, yeah, he's just ugly cat.
Yeah, he's not the prettiest guy or handsomest guy in the world. Um, doesn't mean anything. Him going there is just like, oh look, they're creating a super team. Let me see if I can catch on with this bandwagon and see if I get a ring. That's it.
Do you think he helps or attributes to that team at all attempting to win a championship?
Not at all. I think he would have no effect. He's like the. I feel like I liked him when he got drafted. Actually, it's crazy. I actually liked him when he was with Denver and all that. I was hoping he was able to get a better role, but he clearly wasn't a fit. But I do think I mean I don't think he's gonna have an impact on the team though. Like he's gonna be like the Mo Bamba of the Lakers from last year. I don't think he's gonna have a role. I don't think they're gonna use him.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's that's my first instinct was like, you know, at the end of the day, like again, who cares? Why? What can he really add? I do think it's something that you know he put on a show, you know, for the Magic for a month and a half, and you know I love watching those highlights. You know that was great. I was happy to kind of I thought that we were seeing a player that matured and pretty much fulfilled his potential. He pretty much became what Thon Maker was supposed to be
Mm.
for like the Bucks, and so I think it's definitely can he bring that back? I mean, he got benched after his magical month and a half spell. Even though he did great for that team, I mean, he was dunking on everybody. Freaking crossing over. Bro thought he had a bag like Chris Paul or fucking Steph, but it just kind of flamed out. I'm assuming it's due to like defensive consistency or just making just boneheaded moves.
Yeah, he still does though.
But why he got benched? But I think you got to get when you're with a team like the Suns, you got to get with the program. I think if anything, if he tried to specialize in defense, defending the paint, because that's essentially what's going to have to happen. I think I can speak for both of us when I say DeAndre Ayton isn't going to be that guy for them. I mean, he's going to be a starter, but like he's not. We've seen what he is essentially. So I guess he's a decent backup for DeAndre Ayton. You know, yeah, I think worst case scenario they do play some fast team ball, just getting it down the court. I think he helps with that. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't know. I still have hope he fulfills his potential and he's consistent and not on some bullshit.
Yeah, you better off flipping a coin and hoping for heads every time.
Next we have the feud has reappeared in between Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. First, Draymond brings up Poole and punching him and why he punched him on the Pat Bev podcast. I feel like we're bringing up Pat Bev like every week his podcast, so he's doing a great job apparently. As far as him saying it's not like he punched him for no reason. Essentially, the summary of what he said. Then he fell for a fake, pretty much Twitter account that puts out like fake news headlines and stuff like that about something that Kevin Garnett said about him. He addressed that, pretty much saying that going back at this fake quote by Kevin Garnett, and then Jordan Poole's dad came out and pretty much said that Draymond's a punk and he's a bitch, and he avoided him for like this last year, and that pretty much they just don't like each other. And Draymond came back at him, and nothing really got solved. But what do we think about this whole situation?
I'm a side with Draymond. I do think as grown men in the professional basketball world, you have to say something in order for Draymond to want to literally not just want to, but actually follow through with punching your ass right in the face in front of people in the middle of practice. You had to say something. Now, what he said did it meet that criteria of out of pocket and it's man code and shit like that? I mean, that's kind of he say she say. They the only ones that really know what was said. But I mean, clearly it got this motherfucker punched in the face. And again, for Draymond to really do that shit, as much as he was probably Jordan Poole was getting on people's nerves or acting out. And again, this was before a lot of they fell out pretty much. I do think he said something, and it was clearly to that point where Draymond was like, "Fuck it." But for it to get brought back up now, I mean, again, it's petty as shit on both sides. It is. Because Jordan Poole, like, I don't have nothing to say. This y'all business. I'm done with this. Then his dad is just like, "Oh, you didn't apologize to me or my wife. Don't say that. You a bitch. Blah, blah, blah." You're a dad of an NBA player. Why are you tweeting? Like, if your son didn't say nothing, shut up. Like, but because he said he mentioned you, being Draymond, he mentioned you. You was just like, "Nah, I'm gonna defend myself." He ain't say shit. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Like I said, boy, Poole's still gonna get his buckets now, and Draymond's gonna be on the winning contending team.
I'm going to assume, like, the two phrases that get you punched like that usually is "suck my dick" or "you're a bitch." That's the two phrases that get you punched like that. Let's be honest. Can you think of anything else that might get you punched like that?
Personally, I don't think "you a bitch" is a phrase for grown men. I think they say that all the time, fucking like playing. I think like if you hear Kevin Garnett say all the time, "Oh, you pussy ass," and they'll say, "Yeah, that's nothing. That's like whatever." Like you hear that all the time in the league, and you hear it like in the game, and then they gotta try to cover it up. So I think he said something worse than that. Like you said, either "suck my dick" or "fuck you, you bitch ass." Yeah, like he had to say something like the whole sentence, and then it was just like, "Yo, take it easy, man," and he did.
Look, if Kevin Garnett, if Carmelo didn't punch Kevin Garnett after he told him "Lala" it tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios,
like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Draymond, you don't get the punch Jordan Poole like that. But either way, we're gonna assume that he probably deserved it. I do think it being brought back up again. I think it's something that's staying in both players' mind. I think the media is playing on it a little bit for whatever reason. I guess because it's a dry season for the NBA, and that's why we're talking about it. I think that something came out saying pretty much Jordan Poole is practicing or is keeping fit by practicing his boxing skills. I'm assuming he's trying to prevent this from happening from any other teammate that he might have as a Wizard. It's. I think both guys are petty. I think it's something that stays in your mind. Jordan Poole feels like the abandoned stepbrother that nobody cares about anymore, and Draymond just feels like, who cares? Like, we forgot about him and moved on. And of course, he's gonna keep getting asked about this. So I feel like it's gonna keep going to a certain extent. It's gonna keep coming back up just because both of them feel like it's dead, but clearly it's not. And the media keeps egging it on. So I think we're gonna keep seeing it until like that first game they play each other.
I was just about to say that. That's what I was just about to say. Just circle that little calendar date that the Wizards is gonna be in San Fran. They might not even play everybody that game. They might rest them, but when they in Washington, I believe like you're gonna have that one moment where Draymond gonna be like, "Yeah, bitch ass motherfucker. That's why you here." Like he going that moment's gonna happen. That moment's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
But at the same time, I feel like if they can essentially avoid more confrontation throughout the whole NBA season, then they'll be good for this one game. So it might be nothing. It might be hyped up like that. The crowd's gonna buy into it. It's gonna sell some tickets. Worst case scenario. it's gonna sell some tickets. Hopefully, this game isn't Golden State and it's not with the Wizards, so the shit will be televised.
Mm.
Um, is what I'm hoping for. But again, it's just petty situations, and I think both parties essentially are ready to move on. Uh, but when they're not on your team anymore, it's like fuck it anyways.
Yeah,
Like, who
fuck you.
cares?
Yeah, like I ain't no. Delete my number. Fuck you. And I see you when I see you when we blow you up when we blow your asses out by 30.
Big facts, big facts. With that being said, we're gonna talk about a streaming schedule. We stream every Thursday at 7 o'clock. We're gonna say 7 o'clock right now. We're gonna change the schedule a little bit to probably 8 or 9 o'clock on Thursdays, just because it works best for us. But we'll update everybody with a graphic sometime soon, probably next week. We're gonna be making that change. Um, but yeah, we stream on Kick and YouTube Live, so make sure you come and check us out. We'll have either way we'll have the schedule on our social media in the bios, and again keep you guys updated. But definitely come check us out for the stream. I have fun doing this. I feel like Trey has fun doing this, so like we're just in to have a good time. We're both drinking beer right now, kicking back, talking about sports. So it don't really get better than that. Even though it is dry season, but it's cool. It's all right. We still have a good time though.
We'll get through it with y'all. We'll go through all this little dry spell together. It's only another month preseason football start, so just it's something to look forward to. Just something.
Hey, training camps have started. That's all I look forward to. You get the rumors. The Super Bowl champs have started uh, their training program. So before we get that, okay, we have a lovely sponsor in Dreadsock. We're gonna show their commercial, and then as soon as we get back from that, we're gonna talk about real sports. Okay, football. Okay. All right. With that being said, here's a Dreadsock commercial. Here you go. All right. We are back with NFL content. Before we start again, shout out to Dreadsock. You guys are a great sponsor. If you have locks or protective hairstyle, make sure you check that website out. Keep your hair protected while you sleep. Keep that fuzz out. Keep that lint balls out. That's what they're great for. Again, make sure you hit the website out. Keep the social media out and the Instagram page out. With that being said, NFL, let's get that shit started, bruh. First thing we want to talk about is DeAndre Hopkins has officially been signed. He got signed the day after we did the podcast last week. He signed for about 12, 13 mil to the Tennessee Titans. So, Trey, how do you feel about that, man?
It kind of showed, in my opinion, it kind of showed where his priorities is currently in regards to money or getting a ring. That's just me. Because we all know the Titans ain't doing shit. You don't even know who their starting quarterback is going to be. So you can't really sit there and tell me you went there thinking you have a chance to win a Super Bowl and be a contender with the fucking Tennessee Titans. So in my opinion, he went there to get his receptions and to get his stats as he wants and to obviously grab that money back, because that's, in my opinion, that's an overpay. For a wide receiver like him, it's like, oh my God, 13, that's nothing. But where he's at in his career, that's a little bit overpay.
It's man, you hit it right. You hit the nail on the head. It is all about money for him, and I think this is him saying this is his best bet at getting some Hall of Fame numbers before he taps out, and he's going to get this 12 to 13 million a year. It's a 2-year deal. I'm not sure how it's structured as far as if the second year is optional or not.
Mm.
But either way, this is his Hall of Fame bid. He knows he's going to get all the targets. He's going to get all the catches and fill his numbers up. The number 2 for the Tennessee Titans is Treylon Burks. And, it's already a run-heavy defense.
Who?
Offense, Jesus Christ. You got Derrick Henry that's going to run the ball on an average of 20 rushes a game. So starting off right there, you're not gonna get that many passes off as it is. Okay, I'm gonna assume I said this on my TikTok. He's gonna get between 10 to 12 targets a game. Okay, because of his quarterbacks. Okay, I'm assuming maybe 7 of them are gonna be catchable. Okay, maybe 9 on a really good day. Okay, but that's about it. About 7 of those are gonna be catchable. So he's gonna get 7 catches a game. Okay, he's probably gonna 50 to 75 yards. Okay, this is what I don't understand. They, in order for a run offense to really be at its full potential, you need to create space. So your you need receivers that can stretch the field out, keep those safeties back as far as possible. DeAndre Hopkins is not that speedster that they want. He's great at yak after he makes a catch, a short route, and he makes the catch, and he can make a move and make some guys miss and get some yardage after that. He can do that. Okay, he's just great route running. Period. So he's great on those middle to intermediate catches. He can catch high balls. Right. He's great at those. But one thing he's not good at is stretching the field, and that's not going to benefit Derrick Henry at all. Which is why I really don't understand this move for them. But I guess having him is better than Treylon Burks as your number one. So I get that. The second thing I really don't get is why he would want to go there if, like, don't you want a ring? And Tennessee is not going to be that team. First off, DeAndre Hopkins is 31 years old. Okay, he's going in this will be his 11th season. Okay, you know who else did that? Give a guess.
I'm assuming you're gonna name another previous Titan that their career died there. So it's either
Julio Jones is the most recent.
That is.
Randy Moss, he did it too,
Mm-hmm.
right? All of these guys. I don't know what season
Andre Johnson.
Randy Moss was in, but Andre Johnson too. Okay, yeah, I really thought he's gonna be something here, but either way, this is my thing. Julio Jones was, I don't know his age, but he was going to his 11th season, right? He was hoping for that comeback, and it didn't happen with him, right? I can't remember in recent times where a receiver went in free agency or just went in the middle of their careers or at the end of their careers to Tennessee and was happy. When was the last time you heard that? I haven't. So what makes you, DeAndre Hopkins, for somebody that missed 15 games in the past 2 seasons, 6 of them were due to steroids. Okay, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. The rest was hamstring issues and it was a MCL tear. It was the other one in the last 2 seasons. So all your injuries have been coming in the last two seasons essentially. So now because you're at the end of your career, you're gonna run across more injuries. So this situation isn't gonna turn out well either way. Whether it's injuries, whether it's the offense, period, whether it's your quarterbacks, because you got Levis and Ryan Tannehill, and that's your best bet the whole season. It's just nothing about this says it's a wonderful situation. You know, it's good for Tennessee because now you'll be, I don't know, let's just say 15th in offense versus 20th ranked offense. You know, but that's what you got. Even Vegas knows because their odds to win a championship didn't change. Literally from signing him for $13 million before and after, their odds didn't improve or go down. It just stayed the same, which means essentially you're irrelevant.
And that's why this move and this transaction was a waste. It's just like you said, he doing it for the numbers. He's thinking about his career, thinking about when it's all said and done, wrapping it up and going home. And he like, I got the money back. I got money to sit on for a little bit. Only other thing I can think of is, oh look, I get to play against one of my former teams twice a year, and hopefully I get to shit on them. But again, who the fuck is throwing you the ball? So we'll see when they play necessarily what happens if he's able to get his revenge, I guess you would say. but it was definitely a money move, and it was obvious at that point.
I mean, he could have made a worse move. He could have went to my Patriots, but like, thank God he didn't, because you got Mac as your quarterback, and then when like he's just as good as them Levis or Tannehill, probably worse than Tannehill, but
No, he is not. Stop it.
yeah, he's close, bro. He's
Stop
close.
it.
It's some shit.
Stop
Oh, I
it.
can't wait to his, what to watch him throw 10 touchdown games next year. I'm so excited.
Stop
It's great.
it.
He would have worked so much better beside Devontae Parker.
Stop it.
Oh God. Anyways, next subject. Running backs. Saquon Barkley has came out, or the franchise tag deadline has came and went for teams to sign people to extensions, and running backs came out of this very unhappy. Notable names: Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley. Uh, and just pure running backs pretty much are pissed. Derrick Henry even came out and spoke about it, how pretty much they should just get rid of the running back position if this is what they're going to get paid. Essentially, the franchise tagged running backs will be getting paid about $10 million a year, I believe,
Mm.
which is the average. That's what a franchise tag is. So, how do you feel about this situation?
I'm glad they're trying to address it. Being the players, I'm glad the players are trying to address it on their own and trying to force the issue. I think this is a serious matter in a sense of you have running backs who are being told by teams when they're drafted and by utilization and percentages. Like if you look at the math and all of that about their usage, being Saquon, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, the usage of these players, and then the amount that they're being paid compared to others, dude, it is a big difference. It's sad, low key. Like I said, I understand that the value of the position is getting less because you're having these tremendous ass quarterbacks that can do run and throw. So that takes value away from the running back, but that doesn't take away from those being the superstar running backs. It doesn't take away from them. Those Nick Chubbs of the world, the again Saquons, the who else? All these superstar running backs that are saying we need this bread. The same way y'all paying this lineman to block for me, he's blocking, but I gotta do the damn hit. I gotta do the running. I gotta do the one getting ground and pounding every other play. Like where's my money at? And the fact that these people, these superstars, have a group chat now because of this in order to show support for each other. These motherfuckers created a support group, you guys. A fucking support group for running backs. Come on. Come the fuck on. And now you got Saquon literally going on podcasts, sitting there like he doesn't really want to do that. That's not his personality. People are questioning him and his ethics and how he is as a person because of it. He's just like, you think I want to do this shit? Hell no. But when the average running back, and this is the craziest shit I think I've seen all football offseason so far, the average NFL running back is getting paid between 1 and 2 mil, while the average kicker is getting paid between 2 to 3 mil. That's fucking ridiculous. And yeah, you can sit there and say, oh, it's a higher number of running backs. So yeah, the numbers it's going to be lopsided a little bit because there's more running backs than it is 32 kickers. But it's the simple fact they don't get paid shit, but then we expect so much out of them. We want a running back that could run, that has vision, that could block for a quarterback, that is a 3-down back. Fuck a 2-down. We want a 3-down back. But then we trying to pay them a measly 5-6 mil like we paying them like they're a rookie. That's absurd. They gotta fix that. They gotta fix that.
I agree with you. Like, it's sad, and I feel bad for the running backs. But at the same time, business is business. And I think what this speaks to, it's not that running backs are, that running backs are valued less. But they kind of are, not based on position, though. It's the skill level is different, right?
Mm.
So the skill level between, I'm trying to think. Let's say Derrick Henry, the skill level between Derrick Henry and like Isaiah Pacheco is the gap between that is so much smaller than, let's just say, Patrick Mahomes and C.J. Stroud. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is why I don't need to pay Saquon Barkley, right? If I can just wait till the fourth or fifth round and pull out a running back from, I don't know, Louisiana State or some shit. That's the problem. The skill set difference between someone I can just draft versus essentially create is the big problem. I essentially don't need you because I can just fulfill you with a draft spot. Whereas a quarterback or receiver, that skill level difference between someone you draft versus someone that you can build up is so much more, right? And so essentially, running backs don't matter. I think we're kind of spoiled because we grew up in the era of like Clinton Portis, right? Adrian Peterson, like all these running backs that were amazing, and you could base essentially a offense around them. Whereas now we only have two or three, right? You got Derrick Henry, you have Christian McCaffrey. You could throw Saquon in because of last year, but if we're being honest, the Giants off what he ran that Giants offense.
The Giants would be they wouldn't even be relevant without Saquon. They like with him off the field, the numbers are ridiculous. Like they're negative and everything, dude. Everything.
If they had a true quarterback and they didn't have Daniel Jones,
but they don't. We're going what they have, what they currently have. They need Saquon. So the fact that he's saying, oh, they offered me 12 or 13, and I'm just asking for 15 or 16. Give him that fucking $3 million and shut the fuck up. Like, y'all know y'all need him more than he needs y'all. Any other team in the league will say, shit, you want it? Sure. Not any other. Some the smart ones will. Because they know what he brings. He's not the average running back. Again, I feel like they're basing it too much off of history. Like, they saw those deals where you got DeMarco Murray, for instance, when he went from the Cowboys to the Philly, and then he became a fucking bum show. But he was getting paid in the meantime. They're trying.
But that's not the case. Is they don't want to base the offense around him. Essentially, that's why they don't want to give him that number. Essentially, they want to treat the running back. This is what the league wants to do: is treat the running back as a tool,
as a committee. They want committees.
Exactly, and it's essentially how Isaiah Pacheco was a tool for Patrick Mahomes. That's how they want running backs to be treated. They don't want a offense based around a running back because they are more prone to get injured. They are more prone to essentially get hurt. And if you're more likely to get hurt than a quarterback, if your offense is based on a quarterback who is less likely to get hurt, then you have offense consistency, right?
Mm.
Because if we really go back to the past or the history between a franchise tag, the whole point of franchise tag was to keep quarterbacks around longer, to keep that offense, because pretty much quarterbacks would just dip. And so they brought the franchise tag in to keep that quarterback for another year for offensive consistency, essentially, right? Now they're using it for a running back because they just don't want to pay them that bigger money. So I don't want to be in an offense like Derrick Henry because he is more likely to get hurt because he is a running back. So I want a more consistent offense, essentially. This is what all this is about. So if you use your actual tools, such as your receivers and your running backs, as tools instead of the entire offense being based around them, that's what will happen. So essentially, the Giants are sending him a message saying, okay, well, we'll take you, but we're not going to pay you what you want because essentially that is such a huge chunk of our salary cap that we're not going to pay you that. So we're okay with drafting next year, drafting a running back in the 4th or 5th round, and they will realize that Daniel Jones is trash. That's a whole nother story. But that entire offense will be entirely different. That's essentially what they're doing.
And I get the moral behind, again, what they're trying to do, but that's unrealistic and it's dumb as fuck. That's my thing.
I don't think so.
It's
I don't
dumb.
think it's smart.
It's dumb because again, now you're going to you're basing your situation off of what other people are doing. You just said Patrick Mahomes. He's the best quarterback in the fucking league and possibly will go down as the best talent at quarterback ever. You just like, yes, you could put Isaiah Pacheco behind him. That's what I call him. You could put him behind him and you could win a Super Bowl. You have not everybody has that. Some people don't have a running back, and I'm gonna use them as a perfect example of why they will never get over the hump, and that's the Bills. The Bills will never get over the hump because they don't have a running game. They think, oh, we could just lean on Josh Allen. We could lean on him to throw 50 to 60 times a game in the blistering fucking cold in the middle of January, and we're gonna win a game. No, the fuck you're not. You need that time. You need that running back to ground and pound to waste time. All of that. So if you really think your quarterback is that talented, you're putting so much pressure on him to be so great. And again, not everybody has that quarterback. People, I feel like that's what Dallas is possibly trying to do with Dak, because Pollard is on the franchise tag, correct?
Yep.
So he's not.
I don't know if he signed yet, but yeah.
He did. So he's not even under contract. So with that being said, again, they're trying to send him a message too, like, okay, we want to get a long-term deal done, but we're going to wait for everybody else to set the running back market, and then we're going to base it off of that. So I get what they're trying to do. It's just it's dumb in a way because again, they're trying to force the issue with it. They really are, and that's why running backs are just like it's like you said, it's like the mid range of the NBA of basketball. It's becoming a lost art because of the simple fact of the quarterbacks are being valued and so praised so much. It's just like, no, certain running backs still are great. McCaffrey is going to be good in San Francisco because of the simple fact he doesn't have the whole load on him. He has a wide receiver in Debo and IU. They got a decent. They'll have a good quarterback. They got a good line, etc. So if you put a running back in a system that's around a good team, they can last. It's just not every team is like that. That's essentially it. But I get the owners and the GMs are trying to be like, all right, now let's just reset the running back market. Let's use a committee instead of using one person as a workhorse because that person is bound to get injured. Yeah, they're gonna be injured if you rush them 30 times a game and he out there 1 through 3 downs. Yeah, what the fuck? Can you do that?
What? Motherfucker, I put my head down, bro. I run through every motherfucker in here.
Not you. I'm talking as a in general. Like they want one person to be able to, again, to run the ball hard on 2 downs and then block for the runner or block for the quarterback on 3rd, or possibly catch the ball and run on 3rd. Like, you want a lot from this one person, and they like, well, if we get 2 people to do that, we should be able to cut your shit in half. And it's just like that's cool, but now you have to find 2 people that complement each other. So it's again, they're trying to force the issue, and I don't fuck with it. I don't.
I think they are forcing the issue. This is because almost every team is running a committee, right? It's instead of paying one guy a large amount, you have to pretty much split that amongst 2 to 3 guys. And I think Baltimore really speaks to like why you shouldn't pay a running back so fucking much, because they go through fucking 3 to 4 years. Fucking the 49ers before Christian McCaffrey, look how many fucking running backs they go through a year. 3 to 4.
Name me their running back before McCaffrey got there.
What are you talking about? They had 3. It was a whole 3 or 4 system. They had the kid they drafted the year before that, who he didn't turn out to be anything. You got you got like one's in Miami right now.
Mostert, who didn't crack 1,000 not once.
Because it's a system
that
they're using 3 to 4 backs. How can you crack 1,000 if you got 3 or 4 backs?
But not every team needs to do that. That's what I'm trying to say. Every team is trying to do, let's just use a committee. Again, you can have 2, but you don't need a 3, 4. Like, these motherfuckers be going through them shits like toilet paper, dog. Like, slow down. Again.
And if we're speaking about running backs that get injured, I mean, Saquon be going through his shit, and he did. So why would I invest so much money in you if you were just more likely to get hurt? I want the ball in the smartest person's hands, which in 9 times out of 10 is going to be a quarterback,
And it's Daniel Jones.
He'll
That's
be
their
better.
smartest player.
Fuck out here, man. But I want the ball in the hands of my quarterback because he's probably the smartest kid, and they've even adjusted the rule book so quarterbacks last longer in the league. So why would I not float towards what the rules essentially want you to do? Instead, we're going against the grain. We're gonna Derrick Henry, fucking bro is about to. When he gets hurt, literally his career would be done. It would just be one injury where he tears the ACL, MCL, whatever it is, and they'll be done with him, and Titans will throw him out like trash. Unfortunately, that's just business is business, and it's because damn, maybe we shouldn't have paid him so much damn money, just even though he's a generational talent at running back, he's an anomaly, but like everybody will essentially learn their lesson, and I think it's just the game is morphing into, you have quarterbacks who can most teams have quarterbacks that can run just as good. I mean, quarterbacks that can run just as good as they can pass now. And so I'm still getting my running attempts in, which takes, again, away from the running backs, so it's less attempts. Now, where I do think you're right is some running backs are volume runners. So they need more rush attempts than, like, not everybody can just hit the ball rolling. Some people need, and Saquon's one of those guys, if we're being honest. He needs, he after about 5 attempts, he's good and warmed up. He's good to go. Fuck, some running backs don't even hit the ground running, warmed up until like the third fucking quarter, and they need 20 attempts. I do miss the age that we grew up in, but it's just not the game anymore. And I think in a game filled with so many stats and what makes the most money, no one buys a jersey of a running back who's hurt.
Yeah, whatever.
So when it comes
Go to New York. Fuck you talking about?
When it comes to money and everything, it's just what's more efficient.
Go to New York. Fuck you talking about?
Well, they pay, and if I'll jump on your train for a minute. There's no excuse to pay Daniel Jones what you pay him, but now you don't want to pay the value of Saquon Barkley. If I want to throw argument in for you, because they paid that man crazy money, Daniel Jones.
Don't switch to this side with that pity. We don't want your pity.
I'm a very reasonable human being. Okay, I get both sides. I think everybody deserves their pay, but just like me and you work as jobs, sometimes what we think we're valued at, we ain't paid that. Trust me, I should be making fucking $40 an hour, but your boy is not. But it's cool. Business is business, dog.
I guess it's fucked up. I feel sorry for y'all running backs. Between your 5 to 7 years of being in the league, get your money and get the fuck out.
But going to that, so there's a response when the league essentially makes not rules, but like makes adjustments like this is when running backs aren't getting paid like this. What do you think is going to happen in the younger, like terms of football? So your high school, and middle school and stuff like that. Less players essentially because you're paying them less when they grow older. They don't want to be running backs. Like how everybody looked at fullbacks and fucking tight ends when we were young. No one wanted to be a fucking tight end or a fullback because they didn't get paid like that. Now, no one's gonna want to be a running back. But essentially, in 10 years, that pay for running backs is gonna jump up again because the number one way in terms of business, and the economy, is how do you increase the value of something? Make it scarce. So in 10 years, when we see fucking Derrick Henry ×2 fucking come out of nowhere, he's going to get paid
and reset the shit
beyond
again.
our wildest dreams. But the market, again, has to reset and run it back through. When you make things scarce, it increases value. The other way to increase value is essentially you have to be something that we've never seen before. Like to get paid like you want to. So unless we see something, a Adrian Peterson type of running back that comes out of nowhere, but what that also means is more kids will be running towards other positions that are getting paid like that. So your quarterbacks, your wide receivers, your cornerbacks, your edge rushers that are getting paid so much now, those markets are going to be overflooded. So then the price comes down for those positions. And then we'll be talking about the opposite shit in about 10 years, if that makes any sense. It's a whole it flows, man. It's like a river. It flows. It'll be coming around, man. This is economics, bruh. Economics.
We went from talking about football to economics. Look what you did.
Yeah, big dog. Hey, you gotta. This is why I'm good at what the fuck I do, dog. I just connect shit, you know. Connect shit. You gotta outsmart. It's all about economy, bruh. It's no different than like playing my team in 2K or that version in Madden. Is you know, if it's one card that's overvalued, you know, shit goes around. But either way, I'll let you kick the next subject off, the main subject that we came to do.
Drum roll. NFC North. Not really a drum roll because they all fucking suck.
Oh, damn, bro.
North. Worst team. I don't like Justin Fields. I think he's overrated. I like the pieces they made this offseason. I like the way they did defensively. I think they're trying to get back to their golden ages of Bears football, which is defense. I do like that, what they're doing on that side of the ball. But other than that, I don't like Justin Fields. I think he's just a runner, and it's just a matter of time before he becomes RG3. It shouldn't be long. That's kind of harsh. That's kind of harsh. But I'm sorry. I'm just not a believer in him. That's it for me. It's the Bears. That's all I gotta say. It's the Bears. You?
Unlike you, I have hope for Justin Fields. I'm not sure about him, but I have hope for him because we saw the potential, especially when he was with Ohio State. We just saw that potential, and I want to see him come back again. He even came out today and promised that he'd throw for 4,000 yards. Okay, not saying he will, but I really believe in the kid, and if he figures it out, it's going to be something incredible with Chicago. Again, I'm not sure yet, though. But the defense did grab up Tremaine Edmonds, who's a great linebacker. TJ Edwards from Philly, they grabbed up. So again, they are focusing on defense, and they're showing out. They also got DJ Moore, a receiver. So overall, they have more talent. But this is the in or out year when it comes to Justin Fields. Do you progress in that sophomore year, right? Do you progress in that sophomore year like you're supposed to, or do you hit the hump that a lot of people struggle with?
Mm.
So it's a big year for the Chicago Bears, period. Now, I see it being very close between them and the Lions as far as who's battling for that last spot. But they're very similar in my eyes. I could see the Lions maybe not be on the same path to progress as they were. Like, everybody's expecting them to push that, next step because they did so good last year. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'm not for sure on that. I'm more sold on the Bears' potential to being great. For example, I like Justin Fields with the Bears more than I like Jared Goff with the fucking Lions. So the potential, the ceiling is higher with Justin Fields because he is so young. With Jared Goff, we kind of know what he already is with the Lions. And so if I was to bet, I'm going Justin Fields with the Bears to have a better season over the Lions with Jared Goff.
Are we doing this bet? I'm down for that one.
What's the bet?
I'm down for that one.
Record-wise or what?
Yeah. I'm down for that one. Let's do record because that's what quarterbacks are based off of. It's not just stats. So let's do record.
I mean, hold on. Look, before we do that, who's the best quarterback in this division?
The best quarterback in this division?
Yeah. You gonna say Kirk Cousins?
It sucks to say it. It sucks to say it, but
Did you watch that documentary?
I am watching it. Yes, I'm on episode 3.
talk about it next year. We gotta remember that though. I got all the way through to like halfway through last episode. I didn't feel like finishing. I was like, I'm good. Anyways, yeah, we can make a bet that Justin Fields finishes with a better season, with a better record than the Lions. I'm good with that. I put 50 on it.
I'm down.
50 on it.
I'm down.
Okay, and we're talking record, correct?
Yes, wins and losses.
Okay.
That's all we're talking about. Wins and losses.
I'll bet on Chicago Bears, who have invested in defense, invested in offense, and put better weapons around their quarterback, who has a higher ceiling than fucking Lions, who are hard nosed and just.
You sleeping on them. You sleeping on them. It's cool.
I'm not against them. I think, for example, I think their records would be Bears with 7 wins and Lions with like 5. That's true. You want to bet on the Detroit Lions?
You think they They won over 5 games last year. You think they're not gonna win over 5 this year?
I think they're a better team this year. But
so why would their record go down?
Because the on paper doesn't always match your result at the end of the season. We're talking about the Detroit Lions.
I get that, but you're stuck in the past. They're not your granddad's Detroit Lions. They're not. They are here.
They're Jared Goff. They're led by Jared Goff. Like, what the fuck?
See, that's what's getting you fucked up. That's where you're getting fucked up.
Okay, so are you saying you believe so much in Dane Campbell? That's what you're saying. Who do you believe in this team?
I think their defense is way underrated. Way underrated. Their defense is way underrated. Their defense is better than the Bears.
Okay, talk about it. Who on this defense do you truly believe?
Well, I don't want to spoil you my Hold up, I gotta go through my listing. Because they not my number 13. They not my number 13.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's how confident I am in the fucking Lions. Yes.
This is spicy. Go ahead.
My third team is the fucking Packers, and yeah. I like the Packers. I do. I just think you don't know what you're gonna get out of Jordan Love. I think he's gonna be.
So, wait. This brings up another topic. You believe in Jordan Love more than you believe in Justin Fields?
Yeah, I think that defense is that defense. The Packers defense is legit. The Packers defense is legit. Come on.
Ain't nothing legit about Jordan Love, dog.
And their defense is legit. Their defense scores. It's not just we just three and out, we getting off the field. Their defense scores.
It's the only thing on it.
They got one of the best secondaries. One of the top 5 best secondaries. Nah. That shit ain't flying.
Alexander great, but they lack depth on that when it comes to
what
defensive
what
secondary.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Bro, the slot receivers eat that fucking defense for lunch. For lunch.
They got first thing. They wasn't healthy last year. And they was still bought. They was still scoring.
What team is? It's the NFL, dog. What the fuck? That's your argument?
That's part of the argument. Let alone, again, we're talking about the fucking Bears. They're not relevant right now. They're trying to be relevant. Hopefully, they'll be what Detroit was last year, while Detroit continues to improve. So I got the Bears, and then I got the Packers. Again, we don't know what we're gonna get out of Jordan Love. He's still throwing to one motherfucker in Christian Watson, nobody else. And once teams eye in on him, who else are they going to throw the ball to? You know, wide receiver, please tell me that somebody else you have confidence in. Not just somebody that just got drafted and you're like, maybe he'll be good. Who do you have confidence in?
Like the second receiver they got, Du Bois or whatever his, I'm tripping. What's his name? Last year, he was hurt at the start of the year. Hold on.
A-Rod didn't vouch for him. I'm good.
What you mean?
A-Rod didn't.
Was talking about. Yes, he did.
Nope.
Just start the season.
I don't believe in it.
No, he liked him. Who was it? What's his name? Romeo Dubes or Dubes, whatever, however the fuck you say it.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers liked him at the start of the season before he got hurt more than Christian Watson, or I think it was the opposite. One of them got hurt at the start of the season,
Mm-hmm.
and Christian Watson came in. Literally, Aaron Rodgers has said nothing about this man, and then he came in, had that great game with. But either way, that all those receivers are very inconsistent. So I know what you mean.
My point. You have no confidence in them. So again,
I
Jordan.
don't have any confidence in Jordan Love. I know what I'm gonna get from him.
How you know? You don't know that. You don't know that.
Jordan Love will not be in the league next year. I guarantee.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Dude, we've seen him play. We've seen him play.
When?
What do you mean when Aaron Rodgers was out?
Oh my God!
2 games last season, bro.
It was not no 2 games. It was not. He probably played a couple series before, but it was not no damn no. Hell no. You ain't you. You do not have enough. You do not have a good enough sample size to say you know what Jordan Love. The same way you just coming for Jared Goff's sample size and his cap. You cannot say you know Jordan Love's cap. You don't. Nobody does because we don't know a full season.
He's been in the league for 2 years. Okay. He has. Let's see. He's played in 10 games over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, for how long in those games? I don't have that right here. But in 6 games, he had 411 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. In 6 games. In 4 games last year, he had 1 touchdown and 0 interceptions. And he had 195 yards in 4 games. And now I'm assuming might be 1 whole game. Like I'm not gonna like foolproof these stats. But it ain't looking good, dog. I was a true believer when he came into the league. I really would. I truly believe him. But he doesn't have the weapons for us to really see what he is. Honest. You need more than Christian Watson.
Agreed. I agree with that. That's why I got them 3. That's why I don't have them more.
Aaron Jones, who if you ain't running the ball like 30 times, then this offense is gonna be trash. Go ahead.
That's why I got them 3. I feel like they, like I said, their defense is going to keep them in games, but we saw from numerous teams before, defense can only get you so far. You still got to put points on the board. I feel like they're going to be one of the worst offenses in the league.
Yeah, I kind of voiced it already, man. I don't believe in Jordan Love. The weapons, unless Christian Watson has a crazy sophomore year, same thing for Romeo Dubs, whatever his name is. Like, unless he has a crazy second year, I don't believe in him. Like, that defense is great when they're fully healthy. That's about it. Like, we can't forget, bro. It's crazy. Okay, you wouldn't have any bias when it comes to this team, right?
No, that's why they're 3rd.
Like in the secondary that you might be speaking up for.
Their secondary is legit. That Darnell Savage, Jair Alexander. They finally look. They might even put Rasul. They might even put Rasul Douglas at safety.
That's what I was aiming at.
But they got ball hawks. They get picks. It speaks for itself. They get picks. They got a good pass rush. Nah, their secondary, their defense, not just their secondary. Their defense is above average, and their secondary is top 5 in the league. It is.
But how good can that defense be when the offense keeps getting 3 and outs?
That's my point.
They're gonna be on the field in the 4th quarter, just gasping for air and just laying on the ground.
And that's where
and taking IVs in the 3rd quarter. Like,
I agree. That's where it's going to be lopsided. That's why they're 3. If they can score a decent amount of points, I will push them, or arguably they'll have a fighting chance for 2. But again, because you don't know, it's a question mark at quarterback. We know it's a question mark. I got them 3. No, number 2. Unless you had, oh, you didn't do yours. My bad. Who you got 3?
My 3 is the team you about to talk about. Well, no, hold on. Who'd you say first? You had the Bears. I would put the Lions as my 4. I'll put the Packers. Yeah, I'll roll with that. That's fine. Yeah, the Lions at 4, Bears at 3, and Packers at 2. I guess is what I put. But yeah. But
I would. And this was a tough one.
you can't agree because then I automatically went the
No,
Bears.
I know I'm not agreeing with it. I'm saying I had it's sad to say I had a toss up on who I wanted at 2 because I don't think it's a clear cut decision on who's number 1.
But at the same time, for me, if the Bears were better than the Packers, I wouldn't be surprised because the ceiling for Justin Fields
Oh
is
my
so
God,
high.
he's overrated. He's not as good as everybody thinks he's to be. He just runs. He's not gonna be good, bro.
He can do both.
He's not
What
gonna
are you
be.
talking about?
He's not gonna be
threw
good.
he threw for 2,000 plus yards last year, bro.
That's
And
nothing
he
for a
got hot.
quarterback that played the whole season. That's nothing. Do not say that
For a
again out
quarterback
loud.
that only got hot in the second half of last season, I think that speaks a lot.
Do not say that out loud again. Please don't. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
He threw for
Bro, he got
2,000.
hot.
Fuck, you're supposed to do that. What the fuck?
Okay.
What the
First
fuck?
Okay. 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
What are we talking about?
200 yards.
What are we talking about?
2,200 yards. And that's passing, I believe. Not even including defense. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Those are good rookie year numbers. Tell you hard. That's crazy, bro. You really don't believe
Yo. No, I do not. He's overrated. He's overrated, dog. He's overrated. It's cool. Y'all see this year.
Ooh.
Y'all will see this year. That man is
This
overrated.
is third year? I thought this is...
Yeah, when you said a rookie, I was like, I'll let you correct yourself because this is okay.
You could have said something.
Nah, I know. Sometimes you need that come to Jesus moment, like, oh, you just said some bullshit.
Okay, so last year he did what a lot of quarterbacks can't do. He ran for 1,100 yards and he threw for 2,200 yards. That's pretty fucking good. Like, I'm good with it, bro. Like, that's an okay season. Now, I thought it was his rookie year, which is a whole different phase. But going into your third year, I still think the ceiling's super high, and especially with his coaching from year to year fucking sucking. Specifically in his rookie year, I think Matt Nagy was the fucking quarterback who fucking terrible. Like, I will give him some grace. Now, again, this year is my make or break on it. Either I'm in or out after this season. So he got a year to prove me right or wrong. But the ceiling is so high, but the floor is so mid. The floor is so mid, which I'm good with. I'll take that. I'll take a mid fucking floor and a high ceiling. I'll take it.
I guess somebody has to go, but keep that bullshit over there.
Like, so you don't think his offense can keep up with the Jordan Loves and the Jared Goffs?
Again, it's not the offense. I just don't think the team is good enough. The offense, again, they can try to score. It's just, again, is it going to be a collective group effort when it comes to the team meshing and playing both sides of the ball and all that? No, I do not. I do not think they have. It's not going to gel in this year. And again, as you just said, as I think a lot of people are saying for Justin Fields, this is his make or break year. If he's not good this year, because of what they could have had in the draft, I definitely think like they're gonna be like, oh my God, he's a bust. If he doesn't have a good year, not just a great, decent, he has to have a good / great year, or they're gonna be like, this man's a bust because of what they could have got if they would have kept their draft picks, etc. Like they could have got, clearly a top 5 QB or top 2 QB, but they gave that up because they said we believe in Justin Fields. I was just like, if you believe in him, you believe in him. I wouldn't have did that.
You have to believe in him though, because essentially you drafted him. Like you want to give him, unlike a lot of teams, like time to actually like develop.
Because they knew they did bad by him. They knew they did, and as I said, make a break year. I'm not expecting shit. I'm not.
Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this man was getting tore the fuck up. But they did invest in the offensive line. So I think that's a good thing. It varies so much with him. Like I have hope for those lines. Don't get me wrong. Like I have hope for those lines, but just because Jared Goff does have a lot of weapons, and he's got Swift now. So that's great. like, yeah.
Which leads me to my number two. Again, it was a coin flip for me on this. It really was. I'm gonna go with the Lions at two. And I say that in a disappointing matter, just due to the fact I think they could be the number one. I really do. I'm not gonna hold you. I like them. But I love what they're doing on offense. Again, Jared Goff, you're not asking too much of him. You got the weapons around him, and you know again what to expect in a way. You just need him to fucking grab a hold of that horse and hold the fuck on. That's it. You ain't asking him to go out there and do too much and be Matthew Stafford and to sling that shit 40, 50 times a game. You're not telling him to do that. And again, he has the pieces around him on offense and on defense. They're young and hungry on defense. I like watching that last game against Green Bay. Even though they didn't make the playoffs, they was just ruining Green Bay's chance. I loved what I saw from them. As a young group, I loved what I saw from them. So I think they're going to continue that. And I do like their coaching. I forgot the sucker's name. I'm not going to hold you. But I do like their coaching.
I want to say Swift, bro. Swift went to fucking the Eagles. I was talking about Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm sure.
Yeah, I knew he was talking. I knew what you was referring to.
I did a whole fucking video on this man before, but go ahead.
Like I said, Lions is two. I think they're going to get over 10 wins or at least 10 wins. I got them getting 10 or 11. And I think it's not going to be no walk in the park in that division for the Vikings, who obviously is left at number one. But yeah, what's your take on two?
Yeah, I mean, I think the great thing is I think Hutchinson really hit the floor running when it came to his development last year. They did a great job with him. I think that Jameson's suspended for a few games, correct? Like 4 games, I think, for the betting scandal.
Who was that?
Jameson Williams.
Was he part of that? Maybe he is.
Yeah, he is, I believe. Yeah, I think he got 2 to 4 games, something like that. Either way, you got Mon St. Brown. Also, he's got weapons to work with. Don't get me wrong. And I love that team last year. You know, they had the underdog spirit, but I think that's kind of went away now. Like it's over with. You can't really say you're the underdog anymore because you came out last year and you kind of showed like you can still like you have a good team. And I think the motivation is a lot different than this year. I think Dan. I think Dan was going off some momentum with, they think we suck, and I don't think you can go like that anymore. I am a believer in Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm hopeful for Jahmyr Gibbs. But when you lose Jamal Williams, I think it's a bigger loss than what people think, even though he was a quote-unquote backup or a starter sometimes. He was big when it came to whether having those motivational speeches and practice and stuff like that. They really rallied around him, and he set the tone because he was a thumper, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was running through faces.
Talking about Naruto and Pokemon, yeah, I bet he was motivating his team.
Hey, I fuck with him, bro. What's wrong with that? You got something against anime? Something against anime, dog? That's crazy.
Bro be out there wearing a Eevee hat. Bro be killing me, dog.
Hey, I would be cool if it like looked good, but like his shit would not match or nothing. Like that's the only man.
bro was the one football player over there playing Pokemon cards, looking like swole as hell playing with Pokemon cards. But I fuck with Jamal. I like him though. He cool. He a cool cat. I fucks with him.
He's a funny kid who makes things entertaining. But I think he meant so much to the team because he set the tone.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not the best running back, but he still his effort and things like that he was the Lions essentially as far as like how he played, and they don't have that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jahmyr Gibbs. You lost Swift, or not lost, but you traded him. When you got Gibbs, so I just Dan Campbell's got his work a lot going this year, and I can believe Goff giving me one good year, but giving me 2 good years in a row, I can't. I'm not believing it. I'm not believing it. And then, yeah, I'm not on the same page as you when it comes to the Lions.
We got
I still want them to do good though, but I don't believe it though. I'm not. Yeah, I don't.
we got somebody in the chat said that's what the NFL That's the NFL is expecting to have rookie quarterbacks lead you to the promised land and have the knowledge of a professor, but yet at but they had an ounce of then have an ounce of a toddler, and that's by DP McFly. Appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, I mean facts. Hopefully his ass can hear us on YouTube live. That's all I hope. I mean, but like, no, I mean it's true. The expectations are set, and speaking of that, like Jordan Love has had his 2 years. He's going into his third year now, so like he should be ready, right?
Shut up!
Right?
Shut up! Shut
I mean the same thing.
up!
The same thing goes for
That
Justin
is not
Fields.
the
Like
fit. That is not the same,
he should be
dude.
ready.
That is not the same. Not the same at
He
all.
should be ready.
Not the
What?
same. Justin Fields has had a whole season and maybe two
I agree.
rather than Jordan Love. He ain't even get a full one. Nah, totally different. But that leads us to number one, being the Vikings. I don't like them. I think I
Clearly, like they're your number one.
I don't like them. I don't like them. Again, if I really could, I personally would take the Lions. I really would. But I just the little ounce of respect I got of Justin Jefferson, I'll give him number one. I just don't like they force feed this motherfucker. I don't. This motherfucker's getting at least over 13, 15 receptions a game. Like, throw somebody else the ball. That's why when y'all need them most or in the clutch time, y'all fucking choke. Y'all play somebody good like the Eagles, and apparently now y'all know how to throw a fade route, and y'all miscommunicating. I don't trust Kirk Cousins. I don't think anybody can trust Kirk Cousins, and that's watching this documentary and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, you're a good guy. That has nothing to do with.
Don't get into it.
I'm not.
Get into it yet.
I'm not. It's just I don't trust you with the game on the line in the playoffs. You could be a good regular season quarterback. That's what Alex Smith was. That's the category I have your ass in when it comes to what's your cap and your ceiling in your career. And you're a game manager. You are a regular season quarterback. But when it comes to the playoffs, you go fucking you go missing, dog. And I think that's why I don't like them. I think again they're one-sided, especially if they got rid of Dalvin now. They really like their running back that they just got. That's a lot of pressure because again Dalvin out of the what is it? He had 4 seasons again the 4 seasons over 1,000. That's a big fucking piece that you think you're about to replace. That's a little bold, but we'll see. We'll fucking see.
I'm with you. I'm on the same page. Kirk Cousins is a great regular season. Not a great guy. I'm tripping. I mean, he puts the numbers up. He's 4,000 plus every year. So he is a great regular season quarterback. He does fade when the lights shine bright. But the great thing about him is he's got great weapons. You spoke about Justin Jefferson. They drafted Jordan Addison this year to replace Adam Thielen, and you've got KJ Osborne, who's a great number 3 and would have made a good number 2. Like he's not a superstar. Like, don't get me wrong, but those are really good weapons. And Osborne at the 3, or even if he's the 2, either way, is a perfect fit. And you're going into a year where the offense you're used to. So that's the one thing they have is like it's a consistent offense in terms of like what you got. Whereas the rest of the teams are kind of like newish to what they're doing. Like Jordan Love, again, this is his first year being the true quarterback. Justin Fields, he's had 2 different coaches, I believe, maybe 3 at this point. Jared Goff, this is the second year with the same head coach. Whatever. But you got a Vikings team that has been going this year in and year out together. Now Dalvin Cook is leaving, but Alexander Madison is a good running back. He's no Dalvin Cook, but like he's another. I see him. I have him in the same like idea as Jamal Williams.
Mm.
If that makes any sense. He's a thumper. He's not super fast, but like he can get the job done. He's a good goal line running back. But in his opportunities to really show out, he hasn't met expectations.
Mm.
That's the problem. But I mean, that defense will be okay. I don't, I don't think. I mean, Harrison Smith, I feel like is like 45 years old at this point. Like my man's been like in 20 consecutive Maddens, but like I think it'll be a good defense next year. But again, you got Kirk Cousins, who's a great regular season quarterback, and he's going to get you that record. They were 13-4 last year. So I mean, and before then they had like one loss in like 10 weeks or something like that, something crazy.
Yeah.
But when those lights shine bright, he disappears. So it's they had the chemistry aspect above all else, and you kind of know what you're gonna get. But I got a lot of Kirk Cousins hate that's coming next week when we talk about this quarterback show on Netflix, and I can't wait, man. I got so much shit to talk about. But with that being said, yeah, I'm with you on most of these records. I'm big on Justin Fields. That's all I say. I'm big on Justin Fields, and I hope he comes with it.
Lions win the division.
I don't believe in Jordan Love at all. And Jared Goff, if he has a good season, like okay season, cool. I believe in that. But
Lions win the division again.
Season, huh?
Lions win the division.
It's we'll see. We'll definitely see. If anything, I'm really intrigued on Justin Fields and DJ Moore's connection, because if that obviously ain't going out like it should, then the team ain't going to play good. So that's their hope. Bro, just shut the fuck up.
He's still talking about Justin Fields. I feel sorry for y'all. I feel sorry for everybody watching this. I feel sorry. He's still
Justin
talking
Fields
about him.
all the way, man.
He's still talking
Justin
about
Fields
him.
for president.
Yeah, clearly.
Justin Fields for president. Hold on. I don't know how big a news this is, but Jay Gruden came out and said when he was coaching the Redskins that Daniel Snyder made crucial decisions when it came to who the team drafted and signed a free agency, which is a little bit weird as an owner, but either way. Yeah, I think we're gonna get out of here. Number one thing before we do get out of here is make sure you guys go watch the long form content. This will be posted tonight, hopefully, on YouTube and Spotify. So go check that out. I feel like the long form content is a lot better than the short term, even the short term is coming up. But yeah, besides that, Trey, you got anything you want to say?
Please continue to comment, if you like, share with anybody and everybody who has fingers, thumbs, connect any access to any kind of social medias. Please share your comments in regards to what we're saying. We really, really value that as much, even though it doesn't seem like it sometimes. We really do. Even if you're up there saying something fucking ridiculous and stupid as shit, we still take the time to read each and every comment, and we do appreciate each like. So continue to do that, and we do appreciate it.
And my number one, I believe everything Trey just said. This is my mission for you guys, okay? If you are listening at the end of this video, go take your mama's phone and go to the YouTube app and just hit the follow button, okay? Now, she don't even probably use YouTube like that, but just follow it on her phone. I don't care. It'll give us some followers. And that's my mission for you guys.
Follow, motherfuckers.
Absolutely. With that being said, this is the Nuff Said Podcast, episode 9. My name is Adam Dickens, and that is Trey Adams, best co-host on the planet. And we are out, guys.